It began with our capture of Ralph Malone for a bank holdup and brutal murder in Phoenix, and the arrival of the stage in which the Phoenix deputies were to take him back for trial.
Stage in, Smitty. Well, looks like we go to work.
On your feet, Malone. You're leaving us.
Think you'll be able to get him to tell you where they put the money, Deputy?
Oh, money's secondary, Chief. The important thing is to get him back to Phoenix to stand trial for the murder.
Everything's here, Malone. Everything except this.
Consider it a gift, Chief. In return for your hospitality. You boys don't take any chances, do you?
Let's just put him on, huh, mister?
Any trouble, Hank?
Cinch, Ralph. Went like clockwork.
About 2 hours after the stage had rolled away with Malone and the men guarding him, the boy from the telegraph office brought us news from Clearwater.
Reports, reports, all the time, more reports.
Hardly pays to run a jail these days, does it, Chief? Right this way, Jim.
Wire from Clearwater, Chief. Mr. Hodges said it was real important.
Smitty, listen to this. Chief of Police, Denver. 2 men found dead and without identification here last night. Discovered to be Arizona deputies Carter and Lucas. Stop. Learn bound for Denver to pick up prisoner held by you. Stop. Suggest you take appropriate credentials missing.
But those 2 guys who picked up Malone, how could
Phony, Smith. You and Romack after that stage. You wait here. I want to send a wire to Silver Bend. Stop that stage when it gets there.
Let's knock on it, George. We got a 2-hour head start. Look down there, George. I knew what we were going to find. In our work, you soon develop an instinct about brutality and violence.
both dead.
One in here, too.
No sign of Malone and the 2 deputies.
They loosed the horses. Looks like they rode off that way.
Looks like there was a woman in that coach.
Mm-hmm. There was.
Think they took her as hostage?
They took her, all right. They're headed south, right for those hills.
Smitty, what about them?
Nothing more can happen to them. I'm not so sure about that girl.
Hey, food. They came prepared. I don't know about you, Smitty, but I'm getting hungry myself. I wonder if...
Hey, George, come here.
Why, the no good...
Hold on. It's not what you think. That girl's no hostage.
Well, how do you know?
She came prepared with a complete change of clothing in case the going got tough. I saw a tiny boot print over by the fire.
Came from over there, I think.
Only one way to find out. Malone.
How do you figure it, Smitty? Why save the guy to kill him? Just one of the stage horses.
That wasn't one of the stage horses. Oh. George.
Smitty, you there? You...
Outside. Give me a hand.
Boys. Get him to a doctor, quick. Malone. When'd you catch up to him?
We didn't. His pals did.
You mean those phony deputies?
Yeah, they killed a stage driver and a passenger and the guard. They planted 2 slugs in Malone's back. After that, they got Romack.
Why would they kill Malone after springing him from jail?
I don't know, Chief. It's a hard one to figure.
Money clip, pocket knife, chewing tobacco, stagecoach ticket,
Phoenix, Denver, Leadville.
bandana, pouch, lucky piece.
Hold on. What kind of a lucky piece?
There's a gold chain with a nugget on one end of it and half a key on the other.
Not here.
Mr. John's died when you were bringing him in. I wouldn't help him now anyway.
Sure wouldn't. Anything else on the list?
Just the Colt he left here when I turned his stuff over to him. How is he, Cummings?
Harry's got a slight concussion.
Concussion?
Any other guy would have been a goner but Romack. Doc put him in bed. Said he'll be fine in a couple of weeks.
That's good. He still looked bad when you brought him in here.
I gotta drop over and have a look at him. I want to go by the stage office anyway, see if I can find out anything on that girl little fellow.
Yeah, might as well. Nothing ties in here. Get that file on the Gordon case.
That's right, Chief.
You just come in for a minute, Mr. Smith. Got in from Leadville last night. Went right straight to the hotel. Then this morning, first thing, she's on the Phoenix stage heading out. Just passing through, you might say.
You remember enough to give me a description, Dad?
You don't forget them when they look like that, Mr. Smith. Good looking. Real class. She was kind of small, about up to here. Real pretty. Dark hair, black eyes. A regular humdinger.
Give it to me.
What, this?
Mm-hmm.
What's that for?
You have to be shown.
Can't you people wait?
He's jealous.
Oh, sure he is. Yeah. What's this? Late Mr. Malone's lucky piece, huh? You, better let me keep this, baby. Be too bad if we were to lose it now.
Boy, will I ever be glad to get my hands on my share of that Phoenix bank money. Then I'll leave you two as far behind as possible.
Don't worry about the money. It's waiting for us. In the safest place in the world.
Yeah? What about those police from Denver?
Why are you worrying? We got one of them, scared the other off, and he don't know where we're headed. Take it easy, Wilson.
No. Nothing here, Chief. Not a thing. I've been through this book a dozen times. The thing left for me to do is go over to Leadville the first thing in the morning.
Why? What do you think you're going to find in Leadville?
A clue to why they killed Malone, I hope.
Boy, you're chasing a wild one this time, Smitty.
Look, Chief, Malone was on his way to Leadville when we picked him up, right?
Yeah. The girl had just come back from there. I know all about it, but now Malone's dead, and the last time we saw the girl, she was headed in the opposite direction.
She could have turned around.
Why should she?
I haven't the slightest idea. But I'll tell you this much. I'm not about to find the answer here in Denver.
Oh, all right, go ahead. Look, as long as you're going, might as well stop in to see Ben Stanley. Courtesy. He's a sheriff there. He's a nice old coot. He'll help you all he can. Smitty, good luck.
I was maybe halfway to Leadville when I heard it. Someone was trailing me. Taking no trouble to keep it a secret either, the way he was pounding leather. I decided to take no chances.
George Romack, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in bed. For just a crease in my noggin? Ain't that just like a sawbones? I get hit in my head and he says stay off my feet. I'm not going to argue with you, George. You can just turn yourself around and get on back home. And let a little feller like you go traipsing Leadville all by yourself? George, I'm telling you for the last... And I'm telling you, Smitty, you don't know what you're heading for in Leadville, and I ain't going to let you do it all by yourself. What's the use? Besides, who's going to protect all them innocent Leadville women from old Whispering Smith if someone ain't there to warn them he's in town? I was hoping that bullet would knock a little sense in that thick head of yours. How do you really feel? Come on, we got a lot of miles to go.
The Leadville sheriff was helpful. Not only did he recognize Malone's picture and tell us the boarding house where he'd been living, but he also revealed that Malone was married. Married to a girl who was young and beautiful. George and I could hardly wait to talk to that young lady. But she was no longer at the boarding house. She and her husband had checked out more than a week before, and the landlady was just as glad. She hadn't much use for young Mrs. Malone. Seemed that every time Malone was out of town, his darling wife made rather free with her husband's own friends. One of these in particular, the old lady said, was a handsome young man who had the rather nasty habit of paring his nails with a pocket knife. We showed our gratitude for the information by renting a room from her.
And another thing, Smitty. You know, more I think about what that Miss Hooper woman told us, I just can't believe it.
You mean about that girl we've been chasing, turning out to be Malone's wife?
Yeah. And one of those phony deputies, her boyfriend, yeah. Still, it makes sense, I suppose.
You think so? Not to me.
Well, why not? With Malone dead, they got clear sailing, ain't they?
Malone in jail, they had clear sailing. He surely would have hung for murder.
And why'd they snag him out of jail?
Something he knew, maybe. Something he had. Something they needed.
Something he had. On him, you mean?
Maybe.
Well, the only thing missing from Malone's body when we found him was that Lucky Charm of his.
George, I think you hit on something.
I did? Hey, where are you going in such a hurry?
Where would you go to get two halves of a key put together?
Oh, wait for me, Smitty.
The Leadville locksmith was a garrulous old fellow, but he was unable to help us. No one had brought him two halves of a key to weld together. He said we might have better luck with the blacksmith.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did fit together a key for a girl. Tiny little thing, girl. Key, too.
What would you say it fit?
Oh, I don't know. It looked like one of them little post office keys to me. Post office? Yeah, one of them little boxes they got over there. The key was broke clean in two. I had to make a new one.
How long ago was she in here?
Oh, I don't know. Hour, maybe less.
It's 7:30 now. That would have been about 6:30, 6:45.
Yeah, I reckon.
Post office closes at 6?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Don't mention it.
Well, George, looks like time's on our side for a change. We ain't getting that post office till in the morning.
What are we going to do now?
Same thing she's gonna do. Wait.
Just put it down there, huh? Well, here's to that little old package in the post office that's going to make us all rich.
For Ralph Malone, thought of sending it here from Phoenix, and to whom we've so appropriately shown our appreciation.
Yeah.
Here's to you and me, Craig, and the life we're going to live when we get that money.
And all I get out of this is money. I wouldn't celebrate too soon, Craig. They haven't got it yet.
Stop worrying, Chet. Nothing could go wrong now.
That's what Malone thought when we rescued him from jail.
Are you trying to say I double-crossed you?
All right, bust it up, you two. Look, I know we're all a little jumpy right now, but tomorrow everything's going to be just dandy. Now, here's the way we work it. As soon as that post office opens, honey, you're going to be there.
Why me?
Well, just in case someone's here from Denver. I said just in case. Besides, nobody will recognize you. The less seen of Chet and me, the better. Then, we meet back here, split the dough. Chet goes his way, and, we go ours, huh?
George, check my thinking on a couple of things, will you? I don't want to go off half-cocked.
Shoot.
Now, let's say that you're Malone, and you and your gang rob a bank in Phoenix.
Yeah?
Now, if you're caught, you don't want to have the stolen money on you, so what do you do with it?
Well, the post office box key. They robbed the bank in Phoenix and then mailed the money on to Leadville to a post office box they rented in advance.
If I'm right. Now, let's go a little further. You're Malone, you run into a little tough luck. You get caught. And identified as one of the hold-up men. But the rest of the gang gets away.
That's exactly what happened.
Right. But when you and the gang planned the robbery in the first place, you figured you might get split up somewhere along the way, and you don't trust them. They don't trust you. And there's only one key to that box. Now, what do you do with that key?
Well, that's easy. I cut the key in two, give them half, I keep half. That way there's no chance for a double cross with the loot.
That's why the gang had to spring Malone out of jail to get his half of that key.
They're cute. Well, all we got to do now is collar the whole bunch tomorrow morning when they show up at the post office. Sounds easy enough.
Well, it might not be. Later, George. Maybe we can get all of them. You wait here. I'll be right back.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
That girl that just walked in here, what room is she in?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're not allowed to give out that kind of information. It's rules and regulations of the establishment. 204, sir. Top of the stairs. Turns you right. You must be one of the two gentlemen she's been expecting.
No, not exactly.
But when the others show up, don't say anything to them, will you? Old friends of mine. Kind of like to surprise them.
I certainly will, sir. Sir, it's top of the stairs. Turn to your right.
I think I'll have a little drink first.
Kind of add the fuel to the fire, so to speak, eh?
He's alone. Better get out of sight across the street. Wait till both of them show up and then come in. Now remember, wait till they both show up. I don't want any surprises.
Hey, mister! Your friends haven't come in yet?
Well, when they do, just send them on up, will you? Sure like to see them.
Yes, sir.
Craig. She get here yet? Yeah, she's here. With company. That Denver detective, the one who followed us after we left the stage.
Here? How could he be?
Beats me. He's up there with him now.
Well, let's not keep him waiting.
Where is he?
Where's who? What's the idea of breaking in here and scaring me half to death? Craig, what is this?
Where's the cop?
What cop?
What is this, another double cross? Craig, I swear I saw him walk up those stairs.
What's he talking about? You saw who walk up the stairs?
Craig, she's lying. She even double-crossed her own husband. Craig, I
You
swear...
don't have to. Buckle the belts and throw them on the bed.
All right, mister. You drop that gun or she's going to get it right through the throat.
Go ahead. Save the territory a lot of money.
Don't make me laugh. I've seen your kind behind badges in every state of the Union. You don't have the guts to let a woman die for you.
Craig, let go of me.
Come on, lawman.
Craig, you wouldn't.
Oh, wouldn't I?
Is this what you murdered your husband for, Mrs. Malone?
Cut the stalling and drop that gun.
What happened? I only saw one guy come in.
Well, what do you know? United States Cavalry.
Oh, shucks.
Craig.
Here's what it was all about, George. Gonna bring him along. Come on, Mrs. Malone. You'll have a long time for crying. Mrs. Malone was still crying when we put her in the cell. Funny thing about women. They'll double-cross one man and bawl their eyes out trying to understand how another can do exactly the same thing to them.
Three.
Okay, Frankie. What have you got?
Huh?
You're running in a streak of bad luck, Frank. If I was you, I'd quit for a while. Get some rest.
No, I play out my bad streaks.
Suit yourself.
Hey, it's 5:30 in the morning. How much money have I lost in the last couple of days?
Maybe 50,000.
You want to give me a chance to get even?
How?
I got a bet for you. Come here. Take a look.
That's Smith. What about it?
50,000 says he don't live through the next 48 hours.
You never did like Smith very much, did you?
No. Well, what about it?
50,000?
50,000.
Even money?
Even money. Line of the Palace Bar holds the stakes.
I say he lives for 48 hours. You say he doesn't, right?
Huh? Time starts anew today.
Frank, you got a bet.
A man has many reasons for entering police work, but to most lawmen, the greatest reward lies in the challenge of the work. You never know what the next minute may bring.
Hello, Smith. Still on duty?
Why? You getting ready to swindle some poor little old lady out of her life's earnings with marked cards?
I wouldn't dare do that with you on the job. Besides, the last little old lady I tried to swindle took me for $5,000 with her marked day.
That'll be the day. What's on your mind, Dave?
Smith, I've got a job for you. That is, if Chief Richards will give you a leave.
What kind of a job?
Man up in Cheyenne owes me $10,000. I want to go up there and collect. I'll give you $100 a day to go with me.
What's the matter? Afraid you won't get out of Cheyenne with the money?
How about it, Smith? Will you take the job? I sure need your protection.
What makes you think I care anything about your protection outside of Denver?
I know you. You'll fight just as hard to help me as...
An honest man? No, Dave, I couldn't do it even if I wanted to. You know, Chief Richards kind of frowns on his men accepting private employment.
Yeah. How about $150 a day?
Nope. Get yourself another boy.
No, thanks. With my life at stake, I want only the best.
That's my final answer, Dave.
All right. Name your own price. I'll give you half the $10,000.
You got something else in mind?
Nope. That's all I had on my mind. Well, I guess I'll just have to forget about the money.
So would I. It's going to be that hard to collect. $10,000 isn't worth dying for.
You know, I've often wondered, how much is worth dying for? See you around. All right, you boys can go to work now. Keep him alive, and it's worth $1,000 apiece.
How did you happen to shoot him, Dorsey?
Saw something moving where nothing ought to been. So I shot at it.
Was he shooting at me?
Well, either you or that horse. Horse got any enemies?
You ever seen this man before?
No, can't say as I have. Of course, man looks different dead, you know.
Smitty? What makes you think this $100 bill's got anything to do with him taking a shot at you?
When a total stranger starts taking pot shots at you, he's either hired or you stole his wife. And I haven't misappropriated any wives lately. There's nothing on Dorset in here. What do you know about him, George?
Oh, hungry gun. Work for anybody. Do anything.
Oh, yeah. Take a look. I want you to tell me what they're doing out there.
Got me. Not like them two guys will be hanging around in jail.
There's something wrong with this whole setup. First, Markson tries to hire me to get me out of town. A total stranger takes a shot at me.
And Dorset's right there to drop the guy off the roof.
Yeah, I was off duty, too. I wish they wouldn't shoot at me when I'm on my own time. What you had, George? I'll get an idea. I'm going to try something, George. When I head up the street, keep your eye on Dorset and Lane. Hold it, Dorset. Get that driver down, George.
Whoa. Get down off of there.
What were you going to do? Shoot him, too?
Well, he tried to kill you.
The horses got away from me. I couldn't help it.
You can talk about that over at headquarters.
Look, I told you it was an accident. What are you taking me in for?
Come on, argue at the station.
Now, look. This has gone about far enough. What do you say the three of us go and have a nice, quiet talk?
Too bad. That's two misses, Frankie.
Oh, it's not too late, Davy boy. It's the man who wins the last roll gets the bundle.
Smith's going to be plenty sore about this. Wonder what he's going to come up with.
None of the men I hired know where the money comes from. They can't tell him nothing. Lon holding the bet knows nothing. Just to hand the envelope over to whichever one of us asks for it. After 48 hours.
Smith's pretty smart. He might just put all this together.
Now, what are you worried about? You got the right side of the bet.
That's right. But you know something? In a way, I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind seeing him get it. Not a bit. But he ain't worth $50,000 to me. So I'll just keep trying to keep him alive. Cut you for 1,000, Lucky.
Oh, just remember one thing, Davy boy. No tipping Smith off to the bet. That wouldn't be playing the game fair. I'd hate to have to kill you.
Frank, you know me better than that.
All right. Who hired you two to look after me?
You got a dangerous job, Smith.
Who's paying you?
I guess that's our business.
It's Dave Markson, isn't it?
What is?
Let's have a straight answer out of you.
We just do our job and don't ask questions. But you'd be dead right now if we wasn't working.
Get out of here, both of you. Don't let me catch you hanging around me anymore either.
No longer just hanging around.
Get out.
Get it all out.
Where'd you get this $100 bill?
Where my money comes from is my business.
Well, I'm making it mine.
I don't have to tell you fellas nothing.
Look, it'll go a lot easier on you if you cooperate.
I tried to tell you out there I couldn't help it. The horses got away from me.
Still not gonna do any harm to tell us where you got the money, is it?
All right. I got lucky in a poker game.
You lie about like you drive. Now get out of here.
Smitty, we gotta book him. If for no other reason, he ain't fit to be driving horses on the streets of Denver.
Let him go.
Get out of here. Where are you headed?
Have a little talk with Dave Markson.
Come in. Well, hello, Smith. Decided to take up my offer? We can leave right away.
Get out of Denver, wouldn't be anyone trying to kill me.
What are you talking about?
Those streets out there aren't very safe for me right now.
You're a police officer. A lawman is never safe.
Why are they trying to kill me, Markson?
Who?
I'm asking the questions.
Don't get sore at me. I haven't done anything.
Those two boys down there, what are they for?
I like you. You're in a dangerous line of work.
So you hired two guns to protect me.
That's me. Good citizen David Markson, protector of the law.
Now, that is a switch, isn't it?
You know, I kind of expected you to come up here and thank me. After all, you do owe me your life.
I owe you something, all right. I'm going to pay you. As soon as I find out what it is. Apparently, I didn't make myself clear to you.
Now, you know it's dangerous for you to walk the streets unprotected.
I won't warn you again. Go see Markson and draw your pay. You're through.
Trouble?
No trouble at all. But if either Dorset or Lane start following me again, lock them up.
Right. What charge?
Interfering with the law and the discharge of its duty. It's a nice legal ring, doesn't it? Hope it's on the book. Beer, Sid.
You looking for a time to die, mister?
You talking to me?
I am now. But if I don't get an apology quick, I'll stop talking.
You know, you look a lot smarter than you're acting.
You're mighty handy with insults. You just as quick with that iron you're wearing?
I don't think an apology is going to stop you.
There's only one way to settle this, mister.
You're alive because you got some talking to do. George, take him over to Doc Henderson. Let him patch him up. Find out who he is?
Name's Rios. He's a gunslinger. Doc Henderson's working on him now.
He knows the answer. He must have it. Who hired you, Rios?
Nobody. In your case, I was willing to do the job for pleasure.
Now, look. You didn't just happen to bump into me in that saloon. You set me up, friend. Not for pleasure.
So? No. Nobody hired me. I heard there was 200 out for the man who could kill you. I let it out that I was willing to try. After all, my gun is my business. When I'm not using it, I'm out of work.
What riles me so much is not these fellas trying to pick up a quick 200. The man is trying to hire my murder so cheap.
You know, it's better than to meet you face to face, Eddie.
Well, it's the not knowing. The idea of some face grinning at me. Well, I don't know that face, but I bet he's grinning right now. Grinning. Frankie Wisdom. Yeah, in that saloon with Rios. I remember looking around just before Rios drew. And there sat Frankie Wisdom, grinning. There's no one sitting at that table when I went in there. I'll see you later, George.
He's coming.
Open it up, Frankie, or I'll kick it in. Why did you run, Frankie?
Well, you've been in lots of trouble lately. I don't enjoy shootings.
Not even when you hire the gun?
I had nothing to do with it.
You had an awful big smile on your face about the time Rios drew.
All right, so I'll be pleased to see you killed. You've given me lots of trouble.
You've never had any trouble like you've got right now.
You're forgetting you're the law. Everything's fair and legal.
No, I'm not forgetting. The only thing I want from you is the truth. Why are you hiring killers?
I don't like you, Smith. I don't like anything you stand for. But there's no reason to have you killed.
I can think of one. Money. Now, why don't you stop lying?
Now let's see how much guts you really got.
Now, let's start over.
Let's not kill him here. Get a wagon to the back door with some sort of cover on it. Hey, give me that leather. Come on. Tie it up. Follow me. Smith. Come on, get out. Come on, get out. Get out!
No witnesses, huh?
Well, that's the general idea.
One thing, Frankie.
Yeah?
Why was Markson trying to save my hide?
Oh, to protect his bet.
Bet? You mean you two bet on whether I live or die?
50,000. I bet you wouldn't live 48 hours. He bet you would.
I'm honored. I didn't think I was worth that much.
Oh, you're not. Now get out. Come on. Get out.
You know, Dave's going to be disappointed.
Come on, quit stalling. All right, I'll apologize to him. Come on, quit stalling. Come on.
Well, guess a man's got a right to protect his bet.
I don't know why I keep going to so much trouble saving your life, Smith.
Man will go to a lot of trouble for $50,000.
I figured you'd find out about that sooner or later. You're safe now anyway.
Can't say I'm not glad to see you. In a way, I'm sorry I have to take you in.
Take me in? What for?
3 men are dead because of your activities.
Now, ain't that gratitude for you? I should have known I couldn't expect any thanks from you. You know, I plan to take a nice little vacation with all that money I just won.
You're not going anywhere.
Stay where you are, Smith, or I've got you covered.
You're overlooking one thing, Dave. That rifle isn't cocked. I'd say there's about an even money chance I can get off a shot before you can.
You're bluffing, Smith.
You're a gambling man. Call me. Dave Markson thought he had the edge when he called my bet, but luck was with me, as it had been from the start. Frankie had saddled Dave with an even money bet that I wouldn't live 48 hours, and he'd lost. But there'd been times in the last 2 days when I'd have given better odds than that myself.